Get ready for discovery at the 15th Annual Wisconsin Science Festival, October 16th through the 26th. Over 200 events at more than 150 venues throughout Wisconsin are set to inspire all ages with science, technology, and art. This year, they're featuring the theme of rock and roll as a nod to the music, motion, and geology that shapes Wisconsin. Activities include interactive experiments, live Q&As with scientists, and thought-provoking panels. To learn more about events near you, visit wiscifest.org. Have you heard about Green Box Compost? Well, they offer a residential compost service for only $26 a month. They compost all food scraps, including meat, dairy, even bones, and certified compostable products. They come to your doorstep, take your scraps, and give you a fresh bucket each time. And then you can receive back compost that you helped create twice per year. Visit withgreenbox.com today and use code MM25 for a free month. This is CityCast Madison. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. It's Thursday, so of course it's time to dish on Madison's food scene. A beloved Peruvian restaurant, Mishqui Peruvian Bistro, who serves traditional and fusion dishes, is closing their original location in Monona. They're planned to focus on their two newer spots in downtown Madison and Middleton. Joining me now to discuss the new changes is Mishqui's owner, Cynthia Garcia. Cynthia, welcome to CityCast Madison.
Thank you very much, Bianca. Thanks for having me today.
Cynthia, you wrote a letter to the community to announce that Mishqui in Monona is closing. I'd love to learn a little bit more about why you chose to make that move. Why did y'all decide to close?
It was a very sad letter. We took our time to work on that one because the community means a lot to me and to my team. The reason why we closed Monona, unfortunately, we were having some issues with the roofing that it was expected to take 3 days, and it took more than expected. And the rain during those days didn't help out. And we were about to renew the lease, and I have to take that drastic decision for the better to close Monona and keep my eyes open in my heart to come back in the future when there's any other opportunities around the area.
Ooh, that is music to our ears for the people of us who are around Monona. Because I know as much as you love the community, I know the community loves you back.
Yeah, it was a beautiful 3 years and a half that we enjoyed serving the community, serve people who live in Monona and the surrounding, and be able to make a beautiful menu with a variety of food for everyone. And we love seeing people sitting on the same table. We always vision having our vegans and people with special needs, dietary restrictions, the carnivores, everybody together. And that's what we want. We focus more on these dietary needs, a lot of vegan food that we are working on it to bring more and more. And we also take care very well of the allergies.
That is for sure. You were a mainstay for my family. When they came through, I was like, let's go to Mishqui because there truly are amazing vegan options as well as amazing carnivore options. So that is very, very real. What would you say Mishqui's most well known for in terms of your dishes?
It depends because my realtor, Ken Young, told me, Cynthia, Madison is a 2 cities, West and East. And he was right. It's because when we see the best sellers for the West Side is vegan. The best sellers for downtown right now is seafood. And for Monona, always is competing between stir fries and desserts.
We need that mapped out. That
sounds real.
Yes. Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yes.
So what's behind the name? Why did you pick Mishqui? What does that mean?
It was a collaboration with my 2 cousins 10 years ago, and I asked for the help. They live in Peru, and they say, I need an authentic and beautiful name. And when I say authentic, okay, let's go back to our ancestors, and we're talking about Quechua. And Mishqui, it's Quechua word that means yummy, delicious, Rico, sabroso, delicioso. You can tell with one word, this is Mishqui. When you see a plate, this is Mishqui. This is what it represents us. That's what I picked a name that's beautiful. And the colors, amazing.
Truly, it is beautiful, and the colors are vibrant. And now that I know that it means yummy, sabroso, like,
Yes.
this is fun.
Yes, it is. It is fun.
Yeah, so for folks who are new to Peruvian food, maybe never have eaten it, what are some of the traditional dishes and ingredients?
The traditional dishes, I always go when I talk to a customer, I said, if you like sushi, you will love ceviche because we're talking about raw fish cooked in lime juice. And the traditionals, definitely, I will pick the lomo saltado, the beef tenderloin, stir fry. We usually use a lot of soy sauce, oyster sauce, because it's a combination of flavors for the umami flavor we're looking for. And no worries, when I said oyster sauce, we're working right now in some other sauces made with mushroom that mimic the oyster sauce and bringing more umami flavor to our dishes. That eventually the goal is, okay, I want everybody to eat lomo saltado with no fear of the oyster allergies and soy sauce. So we're working to have more different sauces so people can eat one of the most traditional dish. It is the lomo saltado, ceviche. We're talking about stir fry. If you like meat, I'm definitely gonna suggest the traditional lomo saltado. If you like seafood, definitely the ceviche or the trio marino, which is the combination of 3 seafood dishes, a little bit of ceviche, like paella, we call arroz con mariscos, and the deep fry fish.
Is mariscos, is that like oyster?
Mariscos means seafood.
Seafood? Okay. I was thinking like shells.
Yeah, we work with mussels, calamari, shrimp.
Okay, got
Yes.
it. Got it. Yeah, and you're talking about sauces. Is it all in the sauce? Is our sauces the secret?
The sauce is the secret, and the high quality proteins we buy from our local resources.
And we started out the conversation talking about the fact that you can get great meat options, you can get great vegan dishes. You really do have an extensive plant-based offerings. And so I am curious, like, what are the vegetarian vegan dishes that are unique to Mishqui?
Definitely, if you are new to my restaurant, I will definitely go for the taco taco with the stir-fried vegetables. And the taco taco is a mix of rice and beans, pan fry. We use vegan butter for that one to bring more flavor on it. And then we stir fry some broccoli, snow peas, red peppers, onions, tomatoes, cilantro. We stir fry with our sauce that is made with soy sauce, sesame oil, a little bit of ginger confit, vegetable broth. So to stir fry the vegetables, and we serve it on top of the taco taco. That one is the best seller as vegan option.
I feel like I had a fantastic stew.
Yes, we used to have the portabellas too. We were at the vegan fest and they asked us, please bring back the portabellas too. And definitely, yes, we're going to bring it back. I always feel inspired by the community when they tell me how fantastic is the food. And like my mind just keeps going. I wish I can shut down my mind for a second, but it's like when people want more and when people are excited and grateful to have us, is what moves me to create more and have more food accessible for everyone. And this is what I enjoy doing, and I want to do it for the rest of my life. I hope so.
Oh my God. Well, I'm definitely feeling that. I'm getting big creative creator energy from you. I feel like Chef's Table from Netflix needs to come find Cynthia Garcia and the work that you're doing here. You know, I want to talk about a root vegetable because actually I went to Peru when I was in high school. I was like 17 years old, and it was kind of a standout for Baraboo High to go anywhere besides Mexico or Spain. And Peru was so gorgeous. The cultures that we encountered just like stick with me forever. There's one moment in particular that I think of on a regular basis. It happened October 31st, Halloween, was the first time I had yuca fries.
Oh.
I've never been the same since. And I know y'all have some great yuca fries. So I wanted to throw that out there. That yuca, I don't know, it's something special.
Yeah, this is one of the root vegetables we have, plus the 3,000 plus variety of potatoes we have in our country by the Andes. And yeah, those are the most amazing thing. And thanks to our vendors who are able to bring the products from Chicago, we can have yucas here, and you can make a different variety of food with yuca. You can play with yuca in a different ways. But right now we have it as like a French fries. And we always tell people, yeah, this one tastes like a French fries. It's a root vegetable. We'll say like, it's the cousin of the potatoes. And it's crunchy on the outside and kind of creamy on the inside.
And you also have just the amazing the green sauce, right? What is that?
The green sauce is the sauce we use on anything.
I would drink that sauce, okay?
I want to skip the soup. But on everything else, it's fantastic, especially for the empanadas. And the green sauce is very, very simple. We make it gluten-free and vegan. People ask me, what is in that cilantro sauce? I'm okay sharing the recipes. It's only cilantro, lime juice, yellow onions, salt, pepper, canola oil, and a little bit of water. And one jalapeno for every time you use the blender. And it's not spicy, it's mild.
You're so generous. Thank you. Because that sauce is truly I would drink that.
And you can play with the ratios there. You can make it more like a cilantro or more like a little bit watery. It depends if you want to add mayo at home, add mayo, and it's amazing too.
I could see that. And I'm glad you brought up your empanadas because I feel like that's one of the mainstays that people know y'all for. And the last time I had them was seeing you at Madison Magazine's Best of Madison. You were in the running there and y'all had a table and you were feeding the good people of Madison. So congratulations on that. And what can you tell us about your empanadas?
Thank you. The empanadas is the second item that when I started as a home baker, which was 16 years ago, my first item was the alfajores. We can talk about alfajores later, but empanadas was the second one. And we started making chicken empanadas, beef empanadas, and right now, vegan empanadas. And this is the most amazing dough. If you like the combination between sweet and savory, that's perfect for you. If you don't, it's okay. We have the Colombian empanadas, which is gluten-free also. But yeah, the empanadas are the most amazing item that it brought us where we are right now.
I mean, we have to talk alfajores now. Like you mentioned them. Talk about it. Talk about your alfajores because they're famous.
Yes. Alfajores is the unique product I have for over 16 years that I work so hard on the recipe. I always like playing with recipes over recipes. And I have my amazing family who are able to test everything I make.
Lucky ducks.
I call them, you guys are the guinea pigs, but don't say to anyone that. People who don't know about alfajores, it's a dessert that is a shortbread cookie filled with dulce de leche. And the dulce de leche, we don't make it at the restaurant, but we bring it thanks to Valley Bakers from Peru. It's a Peruvian dulce de leche. We serve with the alfajores, and because they were very, very popular, we had to have the gluten-free version.
Remember that weird sound your furnace made last winter? The one you hoped wouldn't get worse? Hope's not a great heating strategy. Not in Wisconsin. By December, the phones ring nonstop, everyone's furnace decides to quit at the same time, emergency calls, big repair bills, long wait lists, all when your family needs heat most. Right now, Cardinal Heating is offering $1,000 off a new furnace and AC system, but only until October 31st. And there's up to $2,600 in federal rebates and tax credits you could qualify for, but those expire at the end of 2025. This isn't just a deal, it's peace of mind. When it's 5 degrees outside, you'll be warm and relaxed because you took care of it now. Visit cardinalservice.com and schedule your free estimate. The last good deal of the year is right now, before the cold, before the panic, before prices rise. Moving across town, you've got pretty much everything packed up except that couch. What are you going to do with it? It's in perfectly good condition, so it shouldn't just end up on the street. Donate it to St. Vinny's. Your pre-loved goods donated to St. Vinny's thrift stores stay right here in Dane County. Call St. Vinny's at 608-278-2920 extension 1 to schedule your free home pickup today. Y'all, it's time. Time to invest in some good tea and vibes for this cozy and reflective fall season. A great place to check out is Telsan Tea, located in downtown Mount Horeb. They offer over 160 flavors of tea and herbs and the different ways to make it. Their store is full of rich smells with tea samples to open, explore, and see the beautiful colors and ingredients. It's a grounding sensory experience. Speaking of experiences, they've got events, including a tea blending workshop coming very soon. On Saturday, October 18th and Sunday, October 19th, you can attend their Make and Take Chai Drop-In Workshop. It's a hands-on workshop where you'll learn how to make authentic chai from scratch, using traditional spices and loose-leaf tea. Each ticket includes your very own batch of freshly made chai, a tea tin, labels, and recipes. Tickets can be purchased in advance or at the door the day of the workshop. If you want to register or shop, head to telsan.com. That's TELSAAN.com. How would you say Mishqui fits into the broader Peruvian food scene in Madison? Does Madison have a Peruvian food scene?
Yes, we have I would say, quite big Peruvian community. And that was very exciting for the community to have a Peruvian restaurant here. Yes, before there was another Peruvian restaurant in town. That was the first one, which they sold amazing food. And then after then, we opened the restaurant. And then now is two other Peruvian restaurants. And it's really good that we are bringing more Peruvian restaurants to Madison.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Paquito, formerly Amar Peru, Estacion Inca.
Yes, amazing food. Everybody does a great job here with their own unique, authentic recipes and their community because it's food for everyone. We understand that palates are different and you will like something from each restaurant better, which it makes us great because can all succeed.
When you're saying, bringing different recipes, you talked about your two cousins, who in the beginning of the conversation, thinking about family and family recipes, is like a certain region from Peru that's like inspires a lot of your food or a place in the country?
I don't focus on a certain region. I try to be more like a partial with that. So, and which is great because people from other countries have similar food and that helps to bring more customers to our restaurant. And talking about authentic, I'll consider my food, it's a Peruvian style. I cannot call myself authentic because I'm not in Peru. I don't have the products from Peru. I have it here and I try my best to make it taste delicious and something similar. That's why I always educate my employees, especially the servers, and say, we sell Peruvian style food and we do our best. And we try to accommodate our recipes to make it food for everyone.
I understand why you would have heard authentic from me. I try to actually avoid saying that term in general because, we're thinking about a diaspora of food and people, have traveled to different places and coming from different backgrounds and then meeting new cultures and including all of that. And there's authentic is a really tricky term, if not almost problematic, when we're talking about food,
And please don't mention the word ethnic because that's
worse. I cannot. I grew up around here and it's like, oh my God, please stop saying ethnic.
Yeah. I just remember one of my employees at the beginning, she went sad to the back when it was, what's going on? I just had a customer and that lady said, the empanadas are ethnic. Okay, we don't know what ethnic means. We will pretend we don't, and let's keep moving forward. Let's serve because the only thing is, I will say, restaurants is like people. They have their own personality. I know what I want. I know how good my food is. I feel very confident of the work we do as a team. This is a collaboration not only with Cynthia. It is a collaboration of my employees, the previous employees I used to have in the past. They contribute with every single detail. Let's make it a little bit here, a little bit more of the soy sauce, a little bit more of the oyster. We all tested and we keep doing the same thing over and over, thanks to Chef Everett, to Francisco. And Marcelito, those guys were amazing to me, helping me build the recipes. The recipes sometimes are mine, but sometimes there's a collaboration of employees. Same thing what started with bakery, with Courtney, Haley. Hey, let's make something beautiful. Cynthia, you're making empanadas. Why you don't make something sweet? And then we start making the sweet empanadas because of these ladies. And it's a collaboration of everyone. So let's just keep moving forward. Listen to the customer who are grateful to have us, and bring more of the items they're able to eat. And we will forget about that word.
Yeah.
Let's just keep moving forward and stay positive.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to hear about that experience, and I know it's a common one in Madison and in Wisconsin, and for folks anyone listening who might not even understand why calling the food ethnic food is kind of, problematic. It's basically like saying it's not white people food. It's like it's somebody else. It's a type of othering. And ethnic is coming from ethnicity. Humans have ethnicities across the board, but having a food from a country and a region of Peru, it doesn't mean it's one ethnicity. So I really appreciate the vulnerability and sharing that experience that folks had, and that it impacts your work as it impacts folks. So come in with an open mind, and you don't need to label things you might not understand. Like, just listen and learn. And yeah, thanks for sharing that, Cynthia.
Yes, definitely. I will always say to the new employees, bring your big heart and an open mind and be able to listen. Let's learn what I want to show you, how we worked, and then we can share ideas. Your ideas are more than welcome here.
I love it. Well, it is quite unfortunate the issues you're having at the building in Monona, but you had built such a success. You've already expanded. You have 2 other locations that you're focusing on right now. Very excited that you might return to Monona, but let's talk about those other locations and the expansion. So I understand you first opened up in 2022 and have since expanded to Middleton, and then a location just off the square. So let's talk about the Middleton location. How would you describe the Middleton location? And is it similar to the Monona one aesthetically? Like, is it a similar menu? Tell us what people can expect if they haven't been.
The idea of open Middleton took a little bit longer than we expected, but it's there and we're happy to have it. And we brought the same menu as Monona, but it's like I said, 2 cities, right? The focus right now on Middleton is to start listening to the customers to bring more what they need. Because the idea of having Middleton, it was, let's bring rotisserie chicken. We were planning to buy a big rotisserie and charcoal oven. And we started thinking, no, what if it doesn't work, right? The what if word. And later we said, okay, we're going to have the same menu. We had the same menu, and the first week we sold more vegetables than the other proteins. And it was like, wow, I never expected to sell more broccoli than lomo saltado, but which is great. And now we are getting to know our community. And they were very happy to have us because something I can share with them and people who don't know us yet, we have 2 important things in our menu. It's in a small letter, but it says our fryers are dedicated for gluten-free. We use only gluten-free flour for the chicharrón de pescado, the deep fried chicharrón. And we also have 1 fryer is only dedicated only for vegan offerings. And this is amazing because we are getting to know our customers. Now that we know the population is a lot of vegan population there, we are creating more amazing dishes. And for me, it's getting educated on the different proteins, vegan proteins, I can bring and start creating Peruvian style dishes.
That's so exciting. And the thoughtfulness there. Vegans, you're really having a win in this conversation. and let's touch on your newest location is the space that was most recently Little Palace downtown on King Street. How would you describe that new restaurant?
Little Palace, it's It's a huge restaurant. It's big.
It's a
It's
big
big.
space.
It's a big
You could have a
space.
dance.
Yes, we can. Unfortunately, we can't.
Right. I mean, yeah. In my mind, this space theoretically you could host a dance.
I wish, but we can't, unfortunately. And that's a beautiful location that exposes us more to another kind of population that I'm not able to tell now. We know that vegans are here, carnivores here, and a combination of everything, but here is the more seafood, like I mentioned before. But downtown is bringing us a lot of joy, grateful people, very nice community who are supporting us. When we see the reports every month, is the amazing returning customers we have is huge. It's huge, and we're working so hard with now. We have the bar. We have more cocktails. Thank you to our friend Dion Ross, who's a bartender, and he was able to guide us to have amazing Peruvian style cocktails and mocktails.
Ooh, do you have an example?
Yes. One that I loved a lot is it's called Peruvian Bloom. It's a drink that is made with purple corn juice, which is a Peruvian drink.
Okay, that's something to get. And I feel like that downtown location, and probably the Middleton one too, all these Mononans, they can go over there. And I'm sure they are. Or come in and find you.
Yes, now that people finally know what's going on, that we're not open anymore in Monona, and people are starting going like two different directions. The closer to Middleton or downtown is what we already see in here. And my employees, oh, I recognize this name for them to go, oh, this is coming right now here. And it's so fun to see our loyal customers going to different restaurants now instead of Monona.
Yeah, when you make this sort of like loving food that y'all do, it doesn't leave people behind very fast. So they are going to find you. I'm happy that they are, and with such growth in such a short period of time, I have to imagine there's probably been some challenges along the way, some road bumps. Like, was there anything you've learned in this process so far that's really surprised you? And what have you faced?
Wow, it was a very tough few months we had. And I cannot speak more than how grateful I am with my employees who were a good supporters. They saw me going down. I don't want them to see me crying, but they know when I kind of disappear is because something is going on with Cynthia. And I felt terrible. Yeah, we have a lot of things that is a big lesson for us. Because for me, everything is about relationships. Our customers, our employees, the team, it's about we have to create this good relationship to build a nice community, to be a great community. And yes, we have those moments where I fall apart and I felt like, okay, I think I'm a failure. But no, you're not. It's normal for a business owner who can go up and down. This is like a roller coaster. And when everything negative comes together, but then you will see a beautiful sunshine at the end of the tunnel. And definitely, yes, it's not easy. I know when people told me, oh, how wonderful, amazing entrepreneur, believe me, it's not easy. But you have to persevere your dreams. You have to love what you do in order to be able to move forward and be able to never avoid your problems, but at least confront these problems so you can learn from them. And then that's the way you grow up.
You're making it through, and you have to weather some storms, literally,
Yes,
in your case,
yes.
for that building. I mean, we had some serious rains happening in this state this past year.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
and I just love your heart and your vulnerability, and like, absolutely, the relationships are everything, and you've clearly got community supporting you. But thank you for holding on your thread.
Yes. I don't ask for people to, oh, give me a 5 stars and put this on Google. No, for me, it's enough to review my applications, my emails, and listen to this community who are asking for more and more and more. And we will give you more. And just be patient because a lot of good things are coming, especially for my vegan community, which I
Ooh.
love. Yes.
Yeah, so what are your hopes and dreams for Mishqui in the coming years?
Yes, you asked me before about expansions and how successful free business we can have right now. It's because I have one dream and one goal to own my own place. Can be a building, a kitchen, or a restaurant. Mishqui wants this its own place, its own house. And once I have it, I'll bring everything to the same place because I dream having everybody together working as a team. That's what I want at the end. I only dream for one building. I don't want 2, 3, 10 Mishkis at all. This is only to support me so I can get where I want to go. And my team knows what I want to do it. I said, don't be scared. I'm not trying to bring more Mishkis so you can go run around the other businesses. No, this is just temporarily until I have my own.
Well, you can know that us here on CityCast Madison are holding that dream for you. And I hope everyone listening is as well, and that you're going to get it. We're saying it now, manifesting. It's going to happen.
Yes, you have to manifest in order to happen. Yes.
Yeah. And we have been talking about community and how important that is in relationships. Your neighbor for the past few years, right next door, Hot and Spicy, the Laotian restaurant that currently is inside the Viet Hoa grocery store, they announced they're moving into your old Monona location.
Yes.
Do you have any words of advice for those folks?
Be ready, be prepared, because you're going to be successful. I think that place has a lot you can give to your customer, to the community. And they do an amazing job. They're such a nice people, nice family that they work together. I've met them in person when we were starting negotiation about the equipments we have inside, because they're going to keep the dessert. Hopefully they're going to bring some desserts from the country, right? And they have an amazing food, and there's no doubt they're going to succeed, because I can tell the kindness of this family and the amazing food they have. I'm just in love with their food.
Oh, that is wonderful. And Cynthia, I'm just in love with you.
Oh,
you're the sweetest, kindest, and just it's an honor to have you share your story on the podcast and get to hear a little bit behind the fantastic food that Mishqui has. Thank you for coming on CityCast Madison, and wishing you the absolute best luck with the expansion and your dream. I hope it all comes to fruition.
Thank you very much, Bianca. Thank you for having me.
That's Cynthia Garcia, owner of Mishqui Peruvian Bistro. And that's all for today, here on CityCast Madison. I'm your host, Bianca Martin. Don't forget, you can always support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Madison neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. And if you enjoyed the show, why not share this episode with someone who likes a good empanada or yuca fries? Alrighty, we'll be back tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Until then, take good care, and thanks for listening.